back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. I live in Louisiana, and I am so grateful that you stopped by for a visit today. So why don't you grab yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and a project to work on, and let's visit. Hey friends, how are you all doing? Thank you for joining me at my desk where I am crocheting today. I feel well enough to crochet. My finger was giving me a lot of trouble yesterday. It's still not perfect, but I know you can see how white that is. Like it's almost as colored, this yarn. But it is what it is, and you know, I gotta push on and live life. I really can't hold this finger still. I gotta keep it moving to keep blood flowing through it. So, no, squeezing it hurts like crazy, like I could just scream my head off. But just using it and, you know, as gently as I can, is good for it because it keeps blood flowing. If I just stop and I just hold my finger still, the blood starts pooling in there and it turns purple and darker and darker and darker. So, as long as I keep it moving, it will, either stay white or go back to its normal color for the most part. Sometimes it is pretty dark, but it just happens. But anyway, I'm just trying to make the best of the situation. Anyway, guys, I have got some coffee tonight. It is cinnamon swirl. And this is one of the K-cups that Lisa had sent me in an assortment box from Amazon. I believe it's by Two Rivers. So this one is cinnamon swirl. I've not tasted it yet. I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon, but it has its place, right? But let's see. It does taste good. I can taste the cinnamon. Definitely a cinnamon taste. It would be good with like a cinnamon roll. The taste reminds me of this spice cake that we used to make for Big Daddy. It was an apple spice cake. And okay, if you have seen Dakota cook, you know he is just shaking on them seasonings. He's just shaking it all in there. That is the way he cooks. And when he lived at home and we would make that spice cake for Big Daddy, on the top of it, you would, you know, add cinnamon. And I would say just a tiny bit on one end and make, you know, mark which end that is. So he's, you know, shaking that cinnamon all over that cake, and then I'd have him just do a tiny bit on one end because he overspices everything. He likes flavor and spice, and so he just shakes that out of them containers. If you've watched his videos, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but his food does taste good. I mean, I can't eat what he's cooking now because of, you know, my esophagus, but he does cook here for Thanksgiving and whatever holidays, you know, he might come over here. He does cook. But his food does taste good. It just tastes like it wakens up your the flavors waking up your taste buds because it is so much flavoring in there. But anyway, so I am crocheting, you know, I'm crocheting the milk that goes in this bowl. I'm doing this bowl with these stripes and this, but I'm actually gonna put Fruit Loops in it. So that's my deal. I'm gonna drink a little bit more coffee. Yep, I definitely taste the cinnamon and the spice in that. It's called cinnamon sugar. And it was by Donuts, the brand of it. I don't always remember what brand the cups are. By the time I make it from the coffee station in the dining room to the kitchen to pour some creamer in it to my desk, I barely even remember what flavor it is, okay? I have to say it a bunch of times on the way in here, so I'll remember what flavoring it is. Anyway, I went ahead and started my circle before I came on camera because it is very painful to, it would be very painful for you guys watching me do these 6 single crochets and then the 2 double crochets into that. It is a very painful process for me. Very frustrating, but I did it. You know, I might have had to try 20 times, but I did it. And so now I'm on row, should be on row about 3, 4, I don't know. I can't remember. Let me see. Okay, that was an increase, 1, 2, I don't know. I'm trying to see how many increases I did, how many singles and increases. Let me see. 1, 2, increase maybe. 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2. I'm not sure I did an increase right there, to tell you the truth. That's why I was looking back. I think I missed my increase. Yeah, I think I did. That's why I was looking back and I was like, that don't look right. Okay, so I'm going to pull it out right here. And just stick my stitch marker right back there. Because I don't think I increased right over here. So I just need to catch that back up. And this is 2 single crochets and then an increase. No, wait. Yeah, 2 single crochets and an increase. So, okay, I did 2 there. 1, 2. Let me just go double check, make sure. That was 2. Right? 2. And then 1, 2, increase. 1, 2. That one needs an increase. Okay. I think that is right. And sometimes I think I'm doing an increase, but then somehow or another I end up in the next stitch just because I don't see that well. And it's really easy to do that. Okay, so that makes 2 there. No, that's just not right. It's the one before it that needs 2. But it has 2. Let me see. Okay, 2, 1, 2. Well, maybe they were all there all along. 1, 2. They were there all along. I don't know what I was looking at. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't know why I thought maybe I messed up. Let me check one more time before I go back and finish that. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, I'm right. I had it right all along. My eyes are playing tricks on me there for a minute. Okay, so let me put these back in. After I tore them out, I should have double checked me thinking I made a mistake. I always double check me having it right, but I guess I should double check when I think I have it wrong to make sure I have it wrong. Anyway, so what are you guys up to today? How is your day going? What's your plans for today? I do not have any plans for today except to crochet on this bowl of Fruit Loops. I've got several of these heads going to the almost completed part, and so what I'm going to do is pop on one day and show finishing up that project and adding it to a head and decorating and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to have several of these in the works real good to be able to do that throughout this next month. So and speaking of this next month, April the 1st, I will be starting a new blanket. It's called my birthday blanket, and I'm using the yarn from my Joann's yarn haul that was about maybe 2 weeks ago, a week or so ago. It is with all these bright colors. It's with all these bright colors. I'm making myself a birthday blanket, and I will be crocheting on that throughout the month of April for my birthday. So anyway, and I'm going to be working on some art doll heads and just things like that, you know, just a lot of fun things like that. And I'll be just chatting with you guys and answering questions and things, you know, all the things. This row I need to do 3 single crochets and an increase, so that's the plan. See, my yarn is splitting on me. It's not the yarn, it's just the way I'm having to hold things and attempt to do it. So it's not the yarn's fault. And I'm just using a floppy that come out of my floppy cabinet. That's what I call these floppies, because it's not a full skein, but yet it's not small enough to really ball up just yet. So, and this is Red Heart. What color is our milk gonna be? Is it white or soft white? It's white. That's nice. Because we all know soft white's not really white. But anyway, so I'm just pulled out a floppy and making, you know, this milk for this bowl. I haven't decided what color my bowl is going to be yet. I could make it a blue. I don't know. I don't know what color I'm going to make my bowl just yet. Whew. All right. So I did want to tell you guys, thank you for everyone who has went over and watched my son Dakota's channel, Gone with the Whisk. There is a link to that in the description box below if you are interested in checking him out. He is cooking, baking, and making simple, easy meals. And I do appreciate everyone who's went over and watched him and everything. And he does also, but he is very close to getting his 4,000 watch hours. So, probably sometime this next week, he should have that. His, 4,000 watch hours. So, yeah, he's excited about that, and I'm excited for him. So happy that that's happening for him. But I talked to him tonight on the phone for a good while, and he's got plans he wants to do, but he needs to get monetized to be able to do a lot of that stuff. So yeah, so that's in the works for him. And he is such a good kid. He really is. We depend on him for a lot. Like, if we don't know how to do something, technical wise, we call him. He has always been my brain. I always called him my brain since he was a little kid, because I relied on him to remember everything and him to be the one to, just help me figure things out. So I've always called him my brain. And then Elijah, I wanted to tell you guys, thank you so much for praying for him when he was sick. He was very, very sick for a good while, and I hate to say that he is better, but then he's also got some issues going on, so I'm a bit concerned about him. He's still not holding food down a lot. He's having a lot of issues, and let me just make sure here. He is having a lot of issues with when he eats, and it sounds all very familiar to me, and I hope that it passes and he doesn't continue to have to deal with that. But his job, I'm still concerned about his job, and yes, I'm praying for him, praying for the situation and everything, and maybe that he could just find something else. But he lives in Hot Springs, but he's actually working in Little Rock, and it is, I never knew that it was bad up in Little Rock, but he says it's really bad up there. And somebody on the comments also said it was bad, that Little Rock is like that. And so there's some apartments close by that have shootings just about like almost nightly. They have shootings at this apartment, and I guess the police doesn't really like to go in there or something, from what he understands. Now, keep in mind, he's not real familiar with that area either, because he's not from there. But then one night, a car came, stopped on the road, and was shooting at the nighttime guard, the guard that's there from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And so that guard quit. Everybody ended up quitting except for Elijah and one other guy. So, Elijah's been having to work 12-hour shifts until they can get more employees. So, yeah, I've been concerned about him. He's my baby, and yeah, I don't care how old he is, he's my baby. But anyway, hopefully, they do have police making more rounds around that area or whatever also. But if the police won't even go into that apartment complex, what are they going to do, you know? I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Is that an increase? 1, 2. Okay. Anyway, that is a bad situation. That is bad. Especially when you just can't quit your job, you know, because you got to have income. So, I'll just keep praying for him. That's all I can do. He's a grown man, even though he's my baby. He's going to do what he wants to do. So, yeah, I just thought I'd make this bowl of Fruit Loops to be one of the art heads, doll heads, and so I think that might turn out really cute. We're gonna see. I have so many ideas. I messed up somewhere. Did I increase on that one? And it's hard for me to see this white yarn. So that one should have been an increase. I can't see. My eyes are not focusing. Okay, let me see. Is that an increase? I don't know. I can't really see. 1, 2, 3. Increase. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Increase. 1, 2, 3. Increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, increase, but then I don't leave enough stitches. Oh, my hand's cramping up. That does not leave enough stitches to be a 1, 2, 3 increase, because right now it needs to be 1, 2, 3 increase. So somewhere I probably skipped over a stitch. But you know what? I'm just going to make my increase in this one. Make my increase right there, because it's just an amigurumi. It's not that serious, really. It's not. If it was something that was going to be noticeable, I would make sure I was getting it correctly. But this is not anything that's going to be noticeable. Plus, it's going to be covered in cereal, right? All right. Now, I need 3 crochets and then an increase. 1. Ugh. So yeah, back to Dakota. He does plan on doing another live with you guys on this Sunday. The ones that are a member of his channel. I mean, not a member, but you know, have joined his channel, a subscriber. He plans on doing another live on Sunday, so that'll be good. It'll be fun. We'll tune in to see how it goes. And then down here, I need to do an increase. But yeah, this is what I'm going to work on today, is just crocheting milk. Crocheting some milk. Who would have thought? Yeah, tell me what you guys have going on today, what you're working on, what kind of project. The good thing about these type of projects, I mean, these kind of videos where I'm crocheting, you can work on your project and you don't have to watch every stitch and everything I do. You know, because I'm not teaching anything or showing you how to do anything. I'm just crocheting and you're crocheting. We're just hanging out and chatting it up. Right? So I like these kind of videos where we can all do our own thing but yet visit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is row 6, but I just did row 6. No, I'm going to row 6. I don't know. Who knows? Does anybody know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I just did row 6. No, I'm on row 6 now. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm scattered here. Big Daddy did get new tires. He got new rims. Did I tell you our whole rim story about his car? You know, when you buy a used car, you just don't know. You don't know what you're getting. It's nerve-wracking to me to buy a used car. So we did buy a used car, and so far it is running perfectly, and it's just, you know, it's a nice used car. It's a Jeep Cherokee. Well, one tire was going flat. It was leaking down. It wasn't going flat. But Big Daddy noticed that it looked like it was leaking down. So he aired it up a couple of times. And then one day he called me and said he was getting off work. He was going to run up to this little town close by where he works and get him to patch that tire. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he called me back and he said, well, I got 3 bent rims. the rims on the car were bent. So he had already ordered a rim because the car didn't have a spare. And obviously when you buy used cars nowadays, possibly they're not coming with a jack and a tire tool either. So we've got to get that for his car. Also, so anyway, he had got this rim in because he knew he needed a spare. Well, then the, tire guy's like, oh, you got 3 bent rims here. And they were wobbling when he was trying to balance them. They were just wobbling all over the place. So, Big Daddy searched, Marketplace and whatever, trying to find some used rims. And there was none in Louisiana for the size that he needed. There was some in Texas, there was some in Arkansas, and I think Alabama, but there was none in Louisiana. So he was searching, what can I do, Now, I'll take that back. There was he could probably find some brand new ones at a really high price, but we were trying to find used rims, okay? Make that clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. So anyway, he found out that he could use a different rim, but he would have to buy these spacer things because the Jeep used these 5-star point whatever, I don't know. He would have to get spacers for the rims. So anyway, so that's what we did. We ordered some spacers, and then we were trying to find rims that would fit on it with those spacers on it. So he found some, and we went and picked them up, and then he ended up going and getting, the tires put on and all that. He went yesterday to get them, but when he got there, the guy said, oh, I misunderstood what size you needed. I don't have that size, but I'll have them tomorrow. So he went back and got them today, or yesterday, Wednesday. I'm having trouble counting this and seeing I'm having trouble seeing this white. I don't know why. All of a sudden that's become a problem. And that is split. So I gotta get my hook out of there and get it in the center. Ugh. I need some coffee. I need something stronger than coffee, probably. Anyway, he's got tires and a spare now, so he's good. He's good. Now we gotta get tires for my car. It was needing some tires, so we'll work on that next. My car, it's not like I'm on the highway running here and there. I haven't drove my car all week. Let me see, when's the last time I drove my car? I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe when I went to the doctor last Wednesday. I don't think I drove my car since then. So I just needed my car, for like days I have a doctor's appointment. I'm not running to town all the time. That's not me. But I have been home too long already. I went somewhere on Sunday. I rode with him to get those rims. And I have not been anywhere since then. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today is Thursday, and I'm getting cabin fever. I could stay home about 3 days, and then I need to bust out of there, okay? I need to go somewhere. So I'm getting ready. Oh, I don't know about this poor milk. Oh goodness, this poor milk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put a stitch marker in there at my next increase so I can quit going back and counting, because that's getting on my nerves. It's got to be getting on yours. Oh. Okay, so that's... and see my yarn split again. So I'm trying to use the Susan Bates hook possibly to keep my yarn from splitting, but I'm still having as much trouble. But it's grabbing my yarn better. It is doing that. So this one is an increase, and I'm putting a stitch marker here. Where is that purple stitch marker? Did Sassy get it? I had a purple one up here, but I bet you anything Sassy got it. I have another yellow one, but I don't want to use it and get confused. Well, I'll just have to use that gray. I had a purple one. I'm looking around to see if it's laying somewhere. I don't know. I can't find anything. I have a notebook. I wrote down questions to answer, and then I can't find the notebook. I do not know where that notebook is. It should be right here on my desk. When I started to crochet this circle just before I started filming, I could not find my hook. I looked everywhere for this hook. I mean, I was searching everywhere for the hook and my notebook. I couldn't find them. And I said, it's got to be here, because I had it yesterday on my desk when I did that video, the crochet hook video, and I have not crocheted since then. So it's got to be right here. And I'm just like, I'm searching everywhere, like everywhere. Multiple times. Over here, I have stuff piled up on my desk, some yarn and some doll stuff, and just my notebooks and planners and stuff. I'm looking through all that. Guess where my hook was? Right here. It was right there the whole time. I just didn't see it. And I kept looking for the blue handled hook. Please tell me you do things like that. Do you search for stuff right in front of your face? Have you ever searched for your phone while you're on your phone? Many, many times. Many times I've done that. Ugh. So we got Easter weekend coming up. Do y'all have plans for that? I don't think that we do. I don't know. I just... To be honest, we're going through the first of like Elijah not being here for things, because he just moved at the very end of November. He did come home for Christmas. So we're starting to get into the first of, you know, we're not seeing him for things. Like, we celebrated his birthday before he went, because his birthday was in early December. And so it was really hard not seeing him on his birthday. I did talk to him, but, you know, that was the first time I've not seen my kids on their birthday. And I know this is normal for people, but it's a first for me, okay? So, it's hitting this Easter, and it's the first that we're not going to be together for Easter. So, that's something new. And I don't know, we hadn't made any plans, because I really just don't want to plan anything. I don't know. When we were in Walmart, maybe a week or so ago, Big Daddy did get some sausage and said that's what he was having for Easter. So, I don't know if he has plans that I don't know about. forgot to move my stitch marker. Even if I did my... I just get to talking and can't keep up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why it's easiest for me to do a granny stitch blanket while I'm talking, because it's not like I gotta count and do all that kind of stuff. And I'm getting a little bit aggravated with this, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I am getting a bit aggravated. My hands are not wanting to cooperate. They're wanting to do their own thing. Do you guys have days like that where you're just not, your hands are not working with you, they're working against you? That's what's happening with me right now. I feel like everything's working against me. But it'll get better, it'll get better. And it could be just I have a lot of other stuff on my mind too. You know. Now, today is Thursday. Friday, I know my little buddy Zeke is going to come down and help me do a couple of things around the house. And then we are going to town to get him something for his birthday. I tried to go get him something. I went to Target while I was in Shreveport and looked at the Legos, but honestly, I don't know what he's got and don't have. He talks about Legos non-stop. He talks about Legos non-stop, and so therefore I don't know what he's saying he has and what he don't have. So I want to go get, I'm just going to take him and let him pick out some Legos. That would be the easiest thing for me to do. Even his mom said, yeah, I would suggest that too, because she got him Legos for Christmas, and it was a set he already had. But she said he was like, it's okay, because I can have one set put together and one set for something else. I forgot. But yeah, he's such a good kid. He was like, it's okay. So it's best for me just to take him. So Friday, that's what I plan on doing, is taking my buddy to town. And letting him pick out Legos for his birthday. And before we go, though, he's going to help me clean up in the house. And so I'm going to give him a budget of what I'm planning on spending on Legos. And then I'll pay him for helping me in the house. And then if he wants to put that towards it to get something different, he can. So that's the way we'll work that. I still am not turning out the right number of stitches. So I don't know what I need to do here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm still not turning out the right number of stitches. So somewhere I'm going to have to add in one more stitch on this next round. I'm just going to add a random extra stitch in there. Because now I got 4 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. So the next row, as I get going, I'm going to add a random increase somewhere. And that should catch me up. Like, you can do that when you're doing amigurumis. you can always just fix your mistakes in the next row and try to, you know, even out your stitches to get up to the right number that you're supposed to have. Okay, one, and not sure you got that in the right hole. Yep. Okay. Oh, goodness. Alright. Now, put my stitch marker back in. I always put my stitch marker in my last. A lot of people are more comfortable putting it in the first, and that is great. You keep doing what you're doing, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I just like putting mine in the last. That's where it makes most sense to me. But a lot of people put it in the first, and that's what they're used to doing. And so there's not a wrong way and there's not a right way. You just do it your way, and we all good. Right? So this next row I need to put 5 single crochets and then an increase. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And probably the next section I'm going to throw in an extra 1, 2. Ugh. Okay, I just want to get that first set done, and then I'm gonna throw in an extra one up here just because. Okay, right here I just need to increase. I am having a great deal of difficulty doing this, as you can tell, but it's something I really want to do, so I'm going to figure it out and do it. I tell you what, I'm just dying to get into that yarn, those yarn cakes, cinnamon swirl cakes that I bought at Michael's. I'm dying to get into those, but I'm trying not to start another project when I have so much going on. But I really am wanting to just jump into those and do something. But I know I'm starting a new project April the 1st. So it doesn't make sense to start another project right now, does it? Help me, somebody. I don't know. Yeah, I'm dying to start something with those cakes. They are beautiful. And they are sitting in there calling my name. Okay, so this one, I'm going to do my increase. I'm going to count this with y'all, if you don't mind. 1, 2, and I'm just going to put an increase right here. But I'm going to count this as just 1 as for my spacing reasons. So that's okay. So I gotta do 5 single crochets, and that is 3, 4, and 5. But it's really 6. 1, 2, 3. Because I put an extra stitch in there. But I'm just not counting it at this time, right? So here I need to put my increase. Okay. So see how I worked that out? Now we'll see at the end of this row if that really worked out. But I'm pretty sure that it will. And I do see where I left my yarn split and I left a strand right there, but I'm just going to keep going. I mean, it's just a bowl of milk, okay? And it's going to be covered up with Cheerios. Actually, the next round will cover that up. Not Cheerios. This is going to be Fruit Loops. So, anyway, guys. Yep. So, I have several heads going for art dolls. And I'll be excited to put those together with you guys. I have so many ideas that I want to do. I just got to, you know, get them crocheted. Get it done. And I'm just excited to see how those go over. If they don't, and they stay here with me, I'm not mad at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I am going to put some like on Etsy, and I am going to put some on, take some to an event in June. So, yeah, I won't be mad that if they don't sell and I have to keep them. That'll be fine too. Okay. So I need to move the stitch marker over. It makes it so much better for me to have the stitch marker on the last increase, since, you know, I can't visually see that increase easily. And I can just count from that stitch marker instead of, you know, struggling to find my last increase. So we have to make little tricks and hacks for ourselves to make it easier for us, you know? So don't be afraid to do that. And don't be afraid to use stitch markers. I know some people don't have to use them, but they do help me see the end of my row, and they also help me see, you know, just different things going on. Helps me keep track. So this, let's see, this is only 11 rounds for the milk, and I'm on round 7. What round am I on? I'm on round 6, right? So I'm doing 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase. So I'm on round 6. So it's not that much to do the milk. And I'm thinking this is not going to be huge. So it will work out for a head. I mean, obviously it's going to grow in the next few rounds, but I think it'll work out. So I'm just kind of hanging on with you guys so we can see if this row works out, you know, number-wise, stitches at the end. So I was just kind of letting you hang on to see if I fixed that problem. Because if we didn't, then I'll try something different in the next row. But because I'm not going back on this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn splitting, and 5. Now this is going to be the telltale. Let me do the 5, and then I'm going to do my increase. I'm My hands are really, really hurting. So I'm probably going to take a break after this round. Have a couple of things I need to do anyway. Okay. 1 and 2 in that same stitch for my increase. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It still did not fix it. It did not. I thought I put in an extra stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I come over a stitch on that? What did I do? Let me see. Just trying to make sure I didn't skip anything there. That would be the increase. Increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did I do? I don't know. I'm just going to increase right here. I'm just increasing right here, and then I'm going to do my 5 and my increase. I'm so sorry that you're watching all these mistakes. I'm human. I really can't see the stitches in this white yarn that well. So you're just watching me fudge it up from one row to the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 increase. Somewhere I might have only done 4. I don't know. I just thought I fixed it when I did that extra. That wouldn't have fixed it on this row. It would fix it for the next row, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to keep going around and around, though. And if it don't ever work out, it don't ever work out. And that last row needs to be the very, very last row needs to be 64. And it's a single crochet around each one. So if I'm short one, I will increase somewhere. And if I'm too many somewhere, I will decrease somewhere. So it'll fix out on that very last row, because I'll have to have 64 stitches to add in the blue and go from there. So if I don't fix it until the end, that's when I'll fix it. Guys, I appreciate you joining me and watching me crochet milk. No, I hope you had a project that you could work on, or, you know, doing laundry or whatever. Sometimes I clean, I'm putting away yarn and doing other things while I'm watching some of my favorite YouTubers. And then, you know, if it sounds like they're holding something up for you to look at, I'll, you know, look around so I can see. But if they're just talking and crocheting as I'm doing, then I can go about my business and just listen to them. So it works out. Alright. There's how much milk I got. And so now I'm going to be starting rows 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 5 more rows. And I will have my milk done. I don't know if I'll make my bowl blue. I just don't know yet. And I don't know what color I'm going to make the spoon. Because I'm thinking on this art doll, the head is going to be this. But I am going to crochet the spoon to go in the doll's hand. And glue that in the doll's hand. So I think that will be hilarious. I'm all about hilarious, crazy, weird stuff, okay? Guys, thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a blessed day. And I hope you're having some beautiful weather. If not, I hope it passes soon and you have beautiful weather on the way. But I'm going to let you all get going. And remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet, friends. Love you all. See you in the next video.